Okay, for this video, I'm going to be going over the TEK 7.12a, and it is comparing two groups of numeric data using comparative dot plots or box plots, comparing their shapes, centers, and their spreads. Okay, so this is going to be over dot plots, and box plots. Now I want to review you from our skill builders. When we did these, this was skill builder 57, so we did it quite a bit ago. You are usually given a set of data. The first thing you are supposed to do is list that data least to greatest. So we're going to look, and I see my least number is 8. My next least number is 10 and 10, and if there's 2, write 2. The next smallest number is 13, 15, 18. Now I have 20, 22, and 28. Okay. Now you need to find your median, and median is your middle number. So you start, and this is how I've always showed you, is you go front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. You're left with one number in the middle. This is your median. If you were left with 2, let's say I had been left with 13 and 15, you would find the number in the middle of that. You might need to find the average of those two numbers. Let's say it had a really big spread. Let's say it was, 20 to, 32. You would add these two together and you get 52, and then you divide by 2 to find what the median is. In this one, we got lucky, and there is our middle number. So our median is 15. We are going to put a line where 15 is, since that marks the middle. Here's 14, here's 16. That is where my median belongs. Okay, now you need to find your lower extreme. Your lower extreme is your smallest number. My smallest number is 8. Therefore, I'm going to put a dot on my lowest extreme number, which is 8. My upper extreme is the highest number I have. The highest number I have is 28. So I'm going to put a dot on 28. That's going to be for my whiskers. Now I have to find the lower quartile, and this is the part that's trickier. You find the median of you find your median, okay? And the lower quartile is the numbers to the left of that. You find the median of the numbers to the left. So front, back, that leaves me 2 numbers in the middle. Those 2 numbers are 10. So obviously my median, median of the lower half, the lower quartile is 10. And I put a line there. I can go ahead and connect my whisker to what's going to be my first box. And I can go ahead and connect my first box. Okay? You need to find your upper quartile. You do it the exact same. You find the median of the last digits, or the digits on the right. So front, back, I'm left with 20 and 22 in the middle. Okay, 20 and 22, the median of that is 21. So I'm going to put a line between 20 and 22, which is 21. I'm going to connect these, and then I'm going to connect my whisker. Now you have a box and whisker plot. There are 4 quartiles. From here to here is a quartile. From here to here is a quartile. Here to here is the 3rd quartile. And here to here is the 4th one. This is 25%, this is 25%, 25%, and 25%. Every quartile, no matter what it looks like, because this looks a lot bigger than this is still 25%, and so is this. Okay? Now I'll start working problems that will help you with your packet. Okay. This is the only one we're going to be doing, but we are going to be using this box and whisker plot to solve this one. This came out of our GPS book that we would be working on if we were still here. Okay, I'm going to start off by reading up here. It says the double box plot summarizes the results of a random survey of 20 females and 20 males. That's 40 people total. Each person stated the number of hours spent online last Saturday. So here is our box and whisker plot for females. Here is our box and whisker plot for males. And here's the number line that represents the number of hours. Okay, this question is over the TEK that you're going to be doing. It says determine the median number of hours spent online for each group. Now, like on this one, when we did this one just a minute ago, and I found the median number, that's the line that's in the middle that connects your two boxes together. So if we look at our females, this right here connects our two lines together. Our median number is 3 hours. So determine the median number of hours spent on each line for females is 3 hours. Now our males, yes, that goes there. That is a box, but that's not the one that's in the middle. This is the one that's in the middle. How long do males spend online? 4 hours. So what inference can be made from the values? Who spends more time online, male or female? Obviously, since male's the greater number, males do. Okay, let's look at another one. I'll save that one. That's a dot plot. Dot plot. Let's look at this box and whisker plot. It says Karen recorded the daily high temperature in Corpus and in San Antonio for 14 consecutive days in May. She then created a box and whisker plot to summarize the data. Use this information to answer questions 1 through 4. The only questions we are going to be answering are 1 and 2 because these are the only 2 that pertain to the work that I've sent home. So Corpus Christi looks like the temperatures started at 65 but had a range from 65 to 100. In San Antonio, it looks like it's a little bit after 55, so probably 56 to 105. The median for Corpus Christi is 90. The median for San Antonio is 80, because remember, median is in the middle. So number 1, I answered it. The median temperature for Corpus Christi is, median means in the middle of your box and whisker plot, Corpus Christi's median was 90 degrees. The median temperature for San Antonio, even though that doesn't look like it's in the middle, this section looks a whole lot bigger than this section, you still find that line that separates your two boxes, and that's your median. So theirs is 80 degrees. The medians are how many degrees apart? Well, if I want to know the difference in degrees, I'm supposed to subtract. So most of you can do that in your head. 90 minus 80 is they have a difference of 10 degrees. It says based on the median temperatures, one would expect which city to have a higher daily temperature throughout the summer. So which city would you expect, based on your medians, which city would you expect to have the higher daily temperatures? Well, because Corpus has a higher median than San Antonio, the answer for this one would be not San Antonio, Corpus. You would expect Corpus to have higher because their median is higher. Okay? Which of the following statements is true? The spread, and the spread is how far from the beginning to the end, the spread of the data for San Antonio is greater than the spread of the data for Corpus. Okay, so let's look at that. Corpus Christi's spread. They start at 65 and go all the way to 100 degrees. To find the spread means to find the difference between those. You got to borrow. So Corpus has a spread of 35. San Antonio starts about, I'm going to say 56, but ends at 105. Got to do some borrowing again. 15 minus 6 is 9. Who has the bigger spread, Corpus or San Antonio? Well, obviously San Antonio's spread is greater than Corpus, so that's true. Both box plots are symmetrical. Okay, all box plots are symmetrical. But I will double check that. But they're always symmetrical. They always... Okay, this says both box plots are symmetrical. We've learned that symmetry means it's the same on both sides. Okay, that it's equal amounts on both sides. So, for example, if you have the letter T, not mine because mine's not drawn perfectly, but if you have that letter T and you fold it right here, this part is going to fold over onto this part. So if we were to take and fold this on the line, on our median, would this half match this half? The answer is absolutely not. This half is much smaller, and if we fold it over, it's going to extend. So this would say that the data is skewed negatively or skewed to the left because there is way more information to the left. If we were to fold this one, would these fold perfectly? Now, it looks like they probably would touch each other. However, look at your box. When this folds over here, it's not going to fill that entire side. So again, if we look at our whiskers, this whisker is a lot smaller than this whisker, so we would still say that most of our data is skewed to the left or in a negative direction. It would have to fold perfectly, just like a T does. It would have to fold perfectly for it to be symmetrical. So we can't say that one. It says the high temperatures are 15 degrees apart. Okay, well, that means we have to look at our upper extreme. Our upper extreme for Corpus is 100 degrees. Our upper extreme for San Antonio is 105. Is that 15 degrees apart? No, 105 minus 100 is only 5 degrees apart. So which of the following statements is true? Only one. The spread of the data for San Antonio is greater than the spread of the data for Corpus.